What's up, folks? This week we're talking about the Oscar-nominated Nomadland, as they say in the video game business. Let's go, boys. Welcome back to the Simpleton Review. We are going to be reviewing the Nomadland. That's not what it's called. It's just called Nomadland, not the Nomadland, but that's the movie we're going to be reviewing. Do you like my look, guys? I am glasses free. I'm sporting the contact look. What do you think? What do you think?
That's good. Looks good on you.
Yeah? Does it look,
I'm trying to get used to it.
I'm looking at my eyes. I'm like, man, I have droopy eyes. I look like I'm sleepy all the time. I'm not used to seeing my eyes, because all I usually see is glasses. But the nice part about this is that it's not reflecting off of the computer screens as we're recording, so that's a good thing, right?
Yes.
All right, well, Nomadland. Nomadland is a 2020 American drama film written and edited and produced by and directed by Chloe Zhao. Stars Frances McDormand as a woman who leaves her hometown of Empire, Nevada after her husband dies and the soul industry closes down to be houseless and travel around the United States. Also features David Stratham in a supporting role, as well as real-life nomads Linda Mae, Swanky, and Bob Wells as fictionalized versions of themselves. It's based on a 2017 nonfiction book entitled Nomadland, Surviving America in the 21st Century. This lady decided she would go and interview people who basically had become homeless, especially after the Great Recession. There are thousands and thousands of people that have lost their jobs, or lost their homes, some of them not purposely, and some of them, this is the way they decided to live. And so Nomadland is based off of that reality. What did you guys think? Charlie, how about you? Why don't you go first and tell us what you thought of Nomadland?
Nomadland, I really liked the visuals. It was very beautiful film. I mean, even the parts where they filmed working inside the Amazon factory,
right?
It had a beauty to it, to where all the camera angles and everything caught just like an excellent look. The story moves in not like a really quick pace action. It's very well blocked out. You catch the themes and the progression of the movie really easy, but it's not a breakneck pace film. It's one that anybody can kind of figure out what's going on at any time. That being said, it's kind of like, so for some people this is going to drag. It's going to move really slow.
Yeah.
So, ready yourself.
Ready yourself. Yeah, for sure. All right, Lemon, what about you?
I'd agree with the fact that it was slow, so if you're going into this film kind of hoping for a little more fast pace, you might need to take a few breaths. But I did enjoy the pacing itself a lot. It didn't seem like there were a whole lot of cuts. It just kept on moving the whole time, and the cuts that did happen were very subtle. Mm-hmm. So, and it was kind of interesting to watch it kind of go in a complete circle in a sense, where you kind of end towards where you start. So I enjoyed that aspect a lot, and like Charlie said, the way it was shot was gorgeous. All the scenery, the canyon was a really cool shot.
Yeah.
That house, like way out in the woods, that like yellow big house that they had, that was a good one. But,
yeah.
So.
Yeah, for sure. I really appreciated. I actually kind of appreciated the pace, because I think it really it felt like they were trying to pace the movie as it would possibly be if you didn't really have commitments to your life. Now that Amazon thing that they talked about is an actual thing. They actually have camp. I can't remember what they call them, but they're like RV Amazon workers, and they basically work in the winter, where just for the few months that they need, and then they travel around the rest of the year. So Amazon employs people like that, and they pay for their RV parking and that whole bit, just like the movie was portraying. I did find it kind of fascinating. It really starts to make you wonder exactly what, the things that we think are important. Are they actually that important? Is it something that, we look around and we have all this stuff, but is this stuff really that, is it that important? There was part of me that found the life kind of intriguing that they were living.
Yeah.
Just kind of nice to travel around and not have a ton of responsibilities, just making sure you have enough money to keep paying for gas and food.
That's right. So I don't know. I don't know. I thought it was a pretty good movie. I really did enjoy. I actually enjoyed the pace. Like I said, Frances McDormand did a great job as the role in there. She did a fantastic job. I really did enjoy Swanky. She was probably my favorite nomad. She was great. Totally enjoyed her role and how she. I thought actually, even though the majority of the cast were not actors, they were.
I mean, it's like
Yeah.
Bill Stevens plays Bill.
Yeah.
Tom Brown plays Tom.
Yeah, and
You know
they
what
may
I
have
mean?
been right. They may have been slightly fictionalized versions of themselves, but I thought they did good as actors. I didn't think they did half bad. The story that I think is it Bill? Was that the main guy? The story he told about his son. It's not a real story, but he told it in a believable way. I believed him. It was good, but it's not necessarily a real story what he told. I mean, his story is still pretty sad. In the way he ended up the way he did, but the death of his son is not an actual part of it. So at least not in the way he tells it on the movie. So so why don't we go ahead and give our scores for what we thought of this movie. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to give it a 3.5. I think it's worth a 3.5 at least. I think it's a fantastic movie, and I can definitely see why the movie won the Picture of the Year at the Golden Globes and why it's nominated for Best Picture at the Academy Awards. It remains to be seen if they'll win, but Chloe Zhao, she did a fantastic job, and she's also nominated for Best Director. First time ever a minority woman has been nominated for Best Director of any movie, so that's pretty cool as well.
That is cool.
Charlie, what about you? What's your score?
I'm going to give it a 3.5 as well.
Sweet.
I thought it was a good movie to go see. It's not a blockbuster or anything like that. Anything that was going to charm your attentions, but every character found its way into relating to. I mean, you could relate to everybody there.
Yeah.
Even down to the young guy that was getting started with him. So,
right. Totally agree. Lemuel, what about you?
I gave it a 3.5 as well. All the characters were interesting, and even if you can't necessarily remember their names, you could remember them, which is hard to say for a lot of films. The pacing is a little hard to get past if you're used to watching Fast and the Furious 500 and all that sort of stuff, but it's nice to slow down and even kind of think about the way the world works.
Yeah, this is definitely not some sort of major Hollywood blockbuster type of a movie, but it's nice to step back and, like you said, relax, and it's definitely an Oscars type of a movie. It's the type of movie the Oscars like. They like these more thought-provoking movies. They like the ones that are a little less exciting, a little less big budget, so. But I think it's worth it. I think it's worth the nomination, and I think it's worth the scores we've given it today. 3.5 all around means this movie is
Simpletons certified. It's so hard to try to sync that up onto.
Yeah, that is. It's fine. I'll make sure it looks cool when we do the video. Thanks, guys, for joining us. We truly appreciate it. Make sure you go watch Nomadland. You can watch it on Hulu, or you can actually go to the movie theaters and watch it as well. I would recommend, if you have the ability to do so, go watch the movie Nomadland at the theaters and support the local movie theater, as well as the Hollywood industry. I know there are a bunch of rich people, but right now they are suffering bad, so go watch them. And make sure you click and subscribe. Tell all your friends about the Simpleton Review. Go to our website, simpletonreview.com. You can find all the cool stuff there. Watch us on Twitch every Thursday night as we do entertainment news, and you can watch me as well on the Watch Party on Sunday afternoons at 1 p.m. on Twitch. That's Mountain Time, of course. We hope you guys have a wonderful week. We'll talk to you next week. Bye.